My boyfriend deliberately found an excuse to have a big fight with me and break up with me in order to go on a trip with his girlfriend. 3 months later, they came back having had a great time and even made a point of coming to my shop to show off. Isabella, have you calmed down? If not, I'll go out with Sophia for 3 months, and you'll definitely be looking for me everywhere. I coldly threw the mop at his feet, forcing him to take 2 steps back. The 2 customers would have to wait a little longer for their coffee, and the shop wouldn't open for another half hour. His sister came out to defend him. She said, Isabella, if you carry on like this, Nathan will really get angry. I've worked hard to reconcile you, so don't make things worse. I listened, a little helpless. Why was I being unreasonable? I just wanted to clear up the mess. I gave them a look and said with a forced smile, wherever you go is none of my business. If you're not here to spend money, please leave. My boyfriend will be here soon, so as not to cause misunderstandings. Nathan froze for a moment at these words, but quickly regained his composure, his tone tinged with contempt. What's with the boyfriend? Everyone knows you can't live without me, and this fabricated story is meant to upset me? Sophia couldn't help but laugh, like a hen that had just laid an egg. Pretending to be innocent, she leaned her whole body against Nathan. Isabella, I need to talk to you for a second. Men actually need to be coaxed too. If you always become petty and jealous, you'll push him away. Then you'll regret it when your boyfriend leaves. Nathan heard these words and cocked his head proudly, then casually put his arm around Sophia's waist. Look at Sophia, she really knows how to handle things. I've been telling you to learn from her for a long time, but you just won't listen. It's hard for me to understand you women. Why do you all feel like princesses? His words made Sophia very unhappy. 2 5-centimeter-high handcuffs lightly patted Nathan's chest, sometimes leaving a light mark on his neck. What are you talking about? I'm your approved brother, and those petty women can't compare to me at all. Nathan easily grabbed her hands and pressed them against her chest, smiling and begging for mercy. I'm sorry, brother, I'm sorry, you're much better than them. They flirted with each other nonchalantly in my shop, and even the shop assistant felt embarrassed and turned away. There was no choice. I didn't want to get a pimple. Who would believe them when they said they weren't having an affair? I had to interrupt them because the hygiene work wasn't done yet. You two, go out, turn left, and go to the first hotel on the right. I was telling them the truth, but instead of being grateful, they looked a little upset. Isabella, if you want to pick a fight with me, I'll put up with it, but please don't talk to Sophia like that. She came here today because she wanted to help you out, so don't go too far. Before I could say anything, Sophia started in. She sighed, as if she had put up with a lot. Forget it, Nathan. I shouldn't interfere in your relationship. It's just going to make things worse. I'd better go, so I don't get in the way of you two making up. She turned to go to the door, but Nathan stopped her. Don't go. It's her business if she wants to leave. This cafe is mine. After all, she's only the temporary manager. I kindly reminded him. Sorry, I've bought this cafe. It's my private property. It's got nothing to do with you. Nathan didn't take my words seriously at all. His face was full of disdain, as if he was laughing at me. Fine, just keep pretending. You think you're so great, don't you? I still don't know how great you are. Even if I sold you, it wouldn't be enough to pay the rent for this shop for half a year, would it? I couldn't help rolling my eyes. I never thought that after 3 months apart, Nathan, would have become so conceited. What makes him think that I have to rely on him? He thinks that renting me his family's store for 500 yuan a month below market price should make me grateful? This is really strange. Let me reiterate. This store is now mine, and my boyfriend is on his way. If you don't want things to get awkward, you'd better leave soon. My breakup with Nathan was a bit ignominious. Everyone knew about me and Sophia. 3 months ago, at my birthday party, Sophia lost a game and drew a slip of paper that required her to perform a public tongue kiss. Without saying a word, she walked over to me, pushed past me and kissed Nathan. They were so caught up in the moment that they even made kissing sounds. There was complete silence. The two of them kissed for a full 5 minutes before reluctantly breaking apart, both of them blushing. I felt so sick. I asked them if they thought I was stupid. Sophia looked a little aggrieved, but what she said made sense. Nathan and I are best friends, so a kiss is no big deal, right? This isn't feudal society anymore, Isabella. Why are you still so narrow-minded? She was obviously fighting back. My boyfriend, however, pointed his finger at my nose and told me to go up on stage and say sorry to Sophia 3 times. I thought to myself, is he missing something? In the past, Nathan used to talk to me a lot. He said that despite her cute appearance, Sophia actually had the personality of a boy. They grew up together and were very close, just like real brothers. He told me not to think too much about it, and if they could be together, then there wouldn't be me. I was a little suspicious, and slowly discovered that there was something strange about the relationship between these two brothers. They pretended to be brothers, but were actually doing the things lovers do. They drank water together, slept together, and even went to the hot springs and squeezed into the same pool. I expressed my dissatisfaction many times, but Nathan always said I was overreacting and that he would be more careful in the future. Until my birthday, when I really couldn't take it anymore and I flipped the cake over and refused to apologize. Nathan took Sophia by the hand and turned around and left. Isabella, since you're not willing to apologize, then let's break up. That was it. My boyfriend went out and played with his girlfriend without the slightest regard for my feelings. He was gone for 3 months. That's when I realized that it wasn't Nathan's brain that was problematic, it was obviously mine. Otherwise, how could he value something useless so highly? Fortunately, everything ended at that birthday party. In my heart, it ended the moment he turned around and said he was breaking up with me. There are so many men in the world, how could I possibly despair over just one? Apparently, some people don't quite believe this. He had a great time and came back to me for free help with life. Nathan was holding Sophia's hand while he lectured me. Don't always take things so seriously. I'll be honest with you. I broke up with you because I wanted to go on a trip with Sophia. If you hadn't kept saying no, I wouldn't have pretended to be mad on your birthday and broken up with you. You're so narrow-minded. What other man would put up with you? Ha ha. Put up with me? That's a good one. By put up with me, he means going out with his girlfriend and ruining my carefully planned birthday party? Making me the butt of everyone's jokes and the subject of their dinner table conversations? How could I have been so stupid 3 years ago to fall for someone like that? The shop assistant Olivia couldn't resist but to butt in and explain to me. She told the 2 customers that our boss was right, the shop had been transferred to her name 2 months ago, and Ethan had negotiated the deal himself. Nathan finally heard the key point at this point. Ethan? Who is Ethan? Olivia showed a look of admiration when she mentioned him. Of course, he's the boss's boyfriend. They're getting engaged at the end of this month, and the invitations have already been sent out. Nathan's face suddenly turned serious, and he stared at me. Don't tell me she means Ethan, who is my sworn enemy since childhood. I nodded seriously, which made Nathan's face turn even more gloomy. Sophia next to me suddenly realized what was going on and quickly said, Hey, 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 hey. If you were talking about someone else with the last name Ethan, I might believe you, but you're talking about Ethan. Their relationship is terrible, and there's no way he would wear the same shoes Nathan used to wear. I took a few steps forward, staring coldly at Sophia, who kept backing up. Please watch your words. If I hear you insult me again, I'll consider calling the police. Seeing Sophia being wronged, Nathan pushed me away and protected her behind him. Don't you go near Sophia. If anyone threatens her again, I won't let it go. It's been a long time. You've really changed. If Sophia hadn't reminded me, I would have fallen for your act. Ethan is a spoiled brat. Why would he be interested in a woman like you? You're the new shop assistant, right? You've really gone to a lot of trouble to deceive people. You must have paid her extra to play along with this charade. I really admire his confidence. Does he think he's so important that everyone would be lost without him? It was almost time for business to start, and I didn't have time to argue with him, I just wanted to leave quickly. Since he wouldn't let me go, I left the store, hoping that he would stop pestering me. I signaled Olivia to continue working, and I took off my apron and prepared to leave. But just as I walked past him, Nathan suddenly grabbed my wrist, and I couldn't help but scream in pain. You're not going anywhere. We need to sort this out today, or I won't let you go anywhere. When you said those things just now, did you even think about how you were going to explain them? I tried to break free, but instead of letting go, he grabbed me even tighter. Nathan, let go of me. We've broken up. You have no right to do this. Who said we've broken up? When you embarrassed Sophia, that was just a lesson for you. I felt like arguing with a fool, and it was pointless. Since no explanation would help, I focused on finding a way to get free of him. Olivia saw that I was in trouble and immediately wanted to help, but Sophia got in the way. It's none of your business, you shop assistant, so go back to your work. Olivia was furious, shouting as she tried to get past Sophia's barrier. Our boss already has a boyfriend. Don't you understand? As she finished speaking, Sophia, who was used to calling herself a guy, suddenly sat on the ground, her eyes red with anger, and began to fight back. Isabella, I know you don't like me, but you even hinted that your shop assistant was after me. Does that make you feel better? As long as you and Nathan make up, I don't mind taking a loss. Olivia and I looked at each other, feeling like we were being enveloped by an invisible force. This team master said he was a national second-level team master, but no one believed him. Obviously, Nathan is no ordinary person. He pushed me to the ground. This is really too much. I have protected Sophia since she was little, and you, as my girlfriend, actually want to teach her a lesson? As soon as he finished speaking, the shop door creaked open. Liam pushed the door open and saw me sitting on the ground, his face a little flustered. Boss, what happened? Olivia seemed to have seen a savior and quickly spoke up, saying, You've finally arrived. These two are bullying the boss while we have no one to help. Liam carefully helped me up, making sure I wasn't hurt, and then put himself in front of me. This action made Nathan very angry. Is this the boyfriend you were talking about? Liam was a little confused and didn't understand how he had suddenly become the boss's boyfriend. I was a little worried that Nathan would get angry with him, so I hastened to clarify. This is the barista at my cafe. Please don't jump on people like a mad dog. Liam is Ethan's cousin and has just returned from abroad 2 months ago. He has his own company, but he came to work as a barista at my cafe. He said he really likes this job and doesn't care about the salary at all. He just does it for the love of it. If it weren't for Ethan, I would really think he has a crush on me. Sophia couldn't help but laugh. She patted Nathan on the back and said, Nathan, don't be so upset. How could Isabella like a penniless barista? She must be joking. This was supposed to be comforting, but it implied that she thought he was money-obsessed and status-conscious. Nathan's family ran a clothing business, with factories and several stores in the city. Business for offline merchandise had been bad for a few years, so the storefront had become vacant. I thought the location was good, so I talked to Nathan about renting it to open a cafe. He said he would give it to me for free, but in the end it didn't work out. His parents didn't approve, and I didn't want to take advantage of him for nothing. After all, we weren't married yet. In the end, I rented it from him for 500 yuan a month, less than the market price, and as a result we broke up before the cafe even opened. Ethan was like a savior from the sky, and the next day he brought the purchase contract to me. Finally, you've broken up, so can you consider me? I knew that his relationship with Nathan was tense, and this obvious move made me freeze for a moment. He smiled and petted my head like he was teasing a kitten. Don't rush to reject, or let's try it first. I have a lot of money, I'm good looking, and I'm still in good shape. You definitely won't lose out. I was momentarily convinced by what he said, and signed the agreement. Looking back, I realized that he had bought the shop and the property ownership certificate was in my name. I felt like I was being taken away by force, eating meals together, going on dates, and going to the movies. In the past, I always revolved around Nathan. He liked bungee jumping, fishing, and golfing, but I didn't like any of those things, and I had to be patient with him every time. Now the situation has changed. Ethan seems to have known my preferences for a long time. He even helped me avoid the glass plank road in the mall that scared me by covering my eyes. Everything has an explanation, and there is a response from each other. His appearance made me understand that love requires reciprocity, and it is not just one person who always gives. My love life has been really smooth in the past 3 months. If Nathan hadn't suddenly appeared today, I would have almost forgotten about him. He has been with his friend Sophia for the past 3 months and has no idea what's going on with me. So as soon as he heard that Liam was a barista, he immediately put on airs like a boss. He immediately said, "You're fired." How much is your salary? I'll transfer the money to you right now. He took his phone out of his pocket and was about to transfer the money on a certain online platform. Liam thought for a moment and said in a serious tone, 350,000. Nathan didn't seem to hear him and looked up at him in confusion. How much? My monthly salary is 800,000 yuan, and it's just past the halfway point of the month. I'll let you take a small loss. Just give me 350,000 yuan. After saying that, he added, as soon as the money arrives, I'll leave immediately. Before Nathan could say anything, Sophia became anxious, as if the money was going to come out of her pocket. She was particularly afraid of missing any opportunity to attack me, desperately trying to label me. Isabella, can't you think about your image? How can a barista earn 800,000 yuan a month? Nathan is so good to you, and you're actually cheating him with another man for his money. Don't you feel guilty? I pretended to cover my chest, not wanting to show weakness. It hurts. I was thinking to myself, I should have kicked him away long ago to show him who's boss. She seemed to have been waiting for me to say this for a long time, and the corner of her mouth unconsciously curled up. But when she turned her head to look at Nathan, her face was full of concern. Nathan, Isabella finally told the truth. I feel really bad for you. But don't blame her, she must have been cheated by this little guy. Nathan immediately changed his face and gave me a kick. Isabella, I will teach you a good lesson today, so that you will understand who is in charge here. I didn't react quickly enough and fell back, covering my stomach, and ended up slamming into the chair. Just as the fist was about to hit my face, Liam helped me to avoid it, but took the blow himself. The silly boy, who is clearly a weak-willed bookworm, grimaced in pain and his cheeks turned blue in an instant. Nathan was very angry at this point and, while I was taking care of Liam, grabbed my hair and slapped me. He said angrily, I've only been gone for 3 months, and you already dare to have an affair with another man. If I don't come back for a year, do you think you'll have a child? Suddenly, I felt a sharp pain in my scalp, and my face immediately became hot. Liam rushed over to help me despite the pain, but he couldn't beat Nathan, and was instead kicked to the ground. Olivia saw that Liam and I were injured, so she grabbed a bottle nearby and prepared to throw it, but Sophia pushed her, so the bottle fell askew. She shouted angrily, Let go of the boss, Ethan won't let you off lightly if he finds out. This not only didn't scare Nathan, but made him even angrier. He grabbed my hair and dragged me in front of Liam, sneering, Still want to act? With his strength, he's no good. Even if there were 10 more of him, he would not be my match. He was still like before, not listening to anyone, believing whatever Sophia said. Just then, the shop door suddenly opened, and a man rushed in, grabbed Nathan's arm, and told him to let go of me. The voice was cold, like ice in winter. If you're so capable, repeat what you just said. Ethan's appearance made Nathan calm down a little. He stared at Ethan warily, wondering how he had appeared here. Because they had never gotten along since childhood, they never went to each other's places. Ethan, do you realize where this is? He regarded this cafe as his Nathan's family's shop, and felt that Ethan was deliberately provoking him. Ethan did not respond to him. Then, he reached out and helped me up, carefully straightening my hair. I'm sorry I'm late. He looked me over to make sure I was okay, then clenched his fists and prepared to go argue with Nathan, but I held him back. It's okay. The door is about to open, I don't want to complicate things. Ethan suppressed the fire in his heart and nodded slightly. Seeing us interact like this, Nathan looked like an angry lion. Isabella, you're amazing. Not only are you involved with this guy, you're also screwing Ethan. Does he know you're dating all 3 of us? I'm so helpless and amused. Although you can be a bit silly, it's unbelievable to be this stupid. Nathan, don't rush to judge others. Take care of yourself first. Haven't you and Sophia already done the couple thing, just missing the last step? When I said this, he felt a bit embarrassed and quickly pulled a little distance away from Sophia. I've told you many times, Sophia and I are like brothers. Why can't you remember? Come here, you're my girlfriend. What's the meaning of standing next to Ethan? And you, he didn't dare to confront Ethan, and just wanted to save face with his words. Hurry up and go. Don't you know this is my place? Ethan looked at him, feeling a bit helpless. He didn't want to talk to him at all, and directly pulled out his phone and dialed a number. The phone was quickly connected. Nathan is here with me, you tell him yourself. Whose place is it at 8 Yueming Street? Ethan finished speaking and turned on the speaker. But Nathan didn't care at all, and yelled even louder. I'm telling you, whoever you're calling, this place is mine. Whoever speaks for you will see what I do to them. An angry voice came from the other end of the line. You ungrateful child, who is your father? You've been gone for 3 months and you want to be your father's father when you come back, is that it? Don't you dare go to someone else's place and embarrass them. If I don't see you in half an hour, you're out of Nathan's house. Nathan's father really didn't give him face, and the phone just hung up. Nathan stumbled in fear, his legs weak, and he almost knelt down. He looked at me incredulously and said, Isabella, what's going on? I've only been gone for 3 months, how has everything changed? Are you really interested in someone else? He made the 3 months sound like 3 days. In the past 3 years, whenever he got angry, Sophia would immediately run to him, finding excuses to say that she came to persuade Nathan. As I said before, if they really like each other, I'm willing to back off and let them be together. But whenever we talked about this, they both acted like they didn't really care, as if neither of them liked the other. Now I think about it, they were actually seeking a new kind of excitement, and even enjoyed the state of affairs. He could have walked off with Sophia in front of everyone without caring about my feelings. It's not that you've changed after being gone for 3 months, it's that you've always been involved with other women, and I just suddenly woke up. Nathan, we officially broke up on the day of the birthday party, and everyone there can testify to that. Now I have a lover and I'm about to get engaged, so what happened between you and me is over. Nathan's eyes were red, and he shook his head, but the tears didn't fall. I don't believe it. You love me the most, so how could you get engaged to someone else? Are you doing this on purpose to show me? I'm really annoyed. It seems that Nathan not only fooled around for 3 months, but also lost his mind. Otherwise, why would he not listen to what others say? Ethan hugged me and pointed at the clock on the wall. It would take at least 20 minutes to get to Nathan's father's office from here, and if they didn't leave soon, I was afraid they would be disowned tomorrow. Your father has a bastard child outside who is almost an adult, right? That's the perfect excuse to take him back. In fact, it's a reminder that if you don't leave soon, the little wealth Nathan's family has will soon have nothing to do with you. This time Nathan finally understood, and he was so angry that he left without even saying goodbye to his girlfriend, just leaving her with a "you just wait." Ethan was especially distressed when he saw the bruises on my face. He said that in the future, if something like this happened, he would definitely call me or even go directly to the police. Nathan may look like a human being, but he is actually a lunatic. When we were young, we were in the same class, but he could never beat me in terms of grades or competitions. He would just gossip behind my back and do all sorts of mean things. Don't worry, I'll make him pay for what he did to you sooner or later. After this incident, Ethan was worried that Nathan would cause me trouble again, and insisted that I not go to the store. He told me to stay beautiful at home and quietly wait to get married. There was no choice. In order to avoid complications, Ethan said it would be better to get married directly without an engagement. He prepared new wedding invitations overnight and reissued them the next day. That guy still won't give up on you. I have to hurry and marry you off. Once everything is settled, you can focus on your career. Although I was touched, I still had some doubts. When I asked him why he wanted to marry me, he just looked at me mysteriously. The time is not yet right, my dear. If I hadn't been holding the 2 documents in my hands, I would have suspected that he was planning to sell me abroad. Half a month is not a long time, but it is also not a short time. Ethan and I were busy selecting wedding dresses, ordering gowns, and picking out wedding favors. In the midst of all this, Nathan called from an unfamiliar number and jokingly asked why I had blocked him. If he had paid a little more attention, he would have known that I had deleted him from my contacts the day after we broke up. He was too busy hanging out with Sophia to think about me for 3 months, and didn't even bother to send me a message. Ethan is completely different. If I go to the bathroom for more than 10 minutes, he has to stand in the doorway and ask if I've fainted. It's so frustrating and funny at the same time. You can tell when someone loves you or not at first glance. Nathan couldn't find me, and when he couldn't get through to me on the phone, he just ended up staying at the coffee shop. Olivia couldn't help but start complaining. Nathan went to the coffee shop every day to ask the owner about me, and he would order a latte and sometimes sit there until sunset. He's really clever. He can occupy a seat all day with just 1 coffee. I felt so helpless. Finally, Ethan, who didn't want to worry me, said with a wicked smile that he had found Nathan something to do. Although I didn't know what it was, it definitely wasn't easy, because from that day on he never contacted me again. The wedding day soon arrived. During the exchange of rings, Nathan suddenly walked in. He was wearing a very formal suit, holding a bouquet of flowers in his left hand and a ring box in his right. His face clearly showed signs of fatigue, as if he had had a rough time recently. After all, the son of the perfect candidate in his father's eyes had openly challenged him. Ignoring the surprised looks around him, he walked straight up to me and said, "Isabella, I know that the one you really like is me, and you're only marrying Ethan to make me angry. You always wanted to wear matching rings, didn't you? I bought you the ones you've always wanted. Let me put them on for you." He looked at me confidently, as if I would throw myself into his arms the next second. A year ago I fell in love with a pair of matching rings. When I excitedly showed them to Nathan, he threw them aside with disdain. He found them cumbersome and too flashy, and asked if I was bored. He criticized me for being childish and immature while video chatting with Sophia in front of me. I was so angry that I ignored him for 3 days. But he didn't even try to appease me. Instead, he went to the temple with Sophia and got the same bracelet, which he wears on his wrist like a treasure every day. Sophia said that this means that she and I will share happiness and difficulties together, and we will be best friends forever. I felt uncomfortable at the thought of this and habitually covered my mouth. Nathan saw this and thought I was moved, so he smirked at Ethan triumphantly. "The one I love in my heart can only be me, Ethan, so if you understand, leave this place quickly." He said this and really took out a ring to put it on for me. I couldn't stand it anymore and pushed the ring off directly. "Enough, Nathan. Today is my wedding. If you want to drink, I can toast you, but if you say these strange things again, don't blame me for being rude." He looked at me with anger in his eyes. "Isabella, you know that such unreasonable behavior makes me very angry. If you are willing to come over, I can let go of the fact that you cheated on me for 3 months. Bang! His voice was interrupted by Ethan's fists, and he took a few solid punches before finally falling to the ground. Sophia hurriedly ran in from the outside, helping Nathan while saying some not-so-nice things to me. She angrily asked me, "Isabella, do you really have no shame? Not only did you betray the relationship, but you also let other men take the lead. Do you really think you can live with Nathan's 3 years of devotion to you?" I gave Sophia a slap, and the crisp sound made them both freeze. 3 years of hard work? What exactly has he given? Was it going on trips with you, or kissing in front of everyone, or spending the night with you while drunk? Sophia, in fact, you and he got together as friends first. Nathan and I broke up 3 months ago, and no matter who I marry today, it has nothing to do with you. If you try to confuse the issue or provoke me again, I won't hold back. Sophia's eyes were panicked, and she covered her face as she fell into Nathan's arms. What you said is nonsense. I've told you before, Sophia and I are good friends, so don't care too much about this. You used Nathan's absence to be with Ethan, and you keep changing sides. How can you care about what other people think? I interrupted her. Blood brothers? How come I've never seen you in the men's bathroom? I'm all over the place, but what about you? I laughed contemptuously, took the USB stick from Ethan, and plugged it into the computer next to me. Please watch and see who really did it and is afraid to admit it. I pressed play and the unsightly images immediately appeared in front of everyone. Nathan and Sophia were shown kissing on the big screen, and the sound of the kiss was clearly audible in the hall. The crowd fell silent for a moment, and it was only after a long time that someone said in surprise, "Wow, that was an intense kiss. These two are obviously a couple, right? Isn't this a clear betrayal? The guy is no good, and the girl isn't much better. How dare they cause trouble at someone else's wedding? I'm speechless. It's really unbelievable. I've seen people accuse others of stealing when they've actually stolen, but this is the first time I've seen someone do it so obviously. If it were me, I'd probably go hide somewhere. This is ridiculous." As the discussion in the banquet hall became more and more heated, Nathan's face turned pale. He tried to suppress his anger and explained, "Isabella, come on. You know, it was just a game. Sophia lost, and I was just trying to help her out." I couldn't help but let out a soft sigh, and I gained a new appreciation for his cheek. Want to get out of it? What a thing to say. If she gets pregnant, do you still have to hurry up and be the father of her child? Nathan, You're disgusting. He finally couldn't stand it anymore and angrily pointed his finger at my nose and scolded loudly. That's enough. Isabella, I've been too indulgent with you. Sophia is such a kind person. How could you keep saying that to her? If it makes you happy, I'll keep my distance from her in the future, okay? He still looked condescending, as if he thought I couldn't live without him. Ethan gave him a sympathetic glance. Nathan, it's better to say that you're more naive. After living for more than 20 years, you can't even tell the difference between good and evil people. What nonsense are you talking about? Nathan looked at Ethan angrily, his fists clenching in his hands. Ethan slowly took a thick envelope, patted Nathan on the shoulder and said, Look, what your simple brother has been doing behind your back. Nathan frowned and opened the envelope. As soon as he glanced inside, his hand trembled and the photos fell to the ground. There was an uproar around him. Each photo was a clear or blurry picture of Sophia, and there were even some coded bed photos. The men in the photos were of all kinds, and many of them were even Nathan's friends. He froze for a few seconds, his eyes fixed on the photos in his hands. 3 men and 1 woman were half-dressed and entwined, looking very intimate. Nathan was furious, and held the photos up to Sophia's stunned face. You said that leaving me made you feel insecure. Is that true? I think you actually enjoy that feeling, don't you? If you hadn't kept saying that being alone would be scary, why would I have left Isabella to be with you? Sophia froze, clinging to Nathan's arm, crying, You've got me all wrong, Nathan. Those photos are fake. Isabella and Ethan must be ganging up on me together because she doesn't like the way you treat me. She's not a good person. She just wants your family's money. Now that she's hooked up with Ethan's family, she's using this as an opportunity to separate you from me. She's not good enough for you. I've grown up with you since childhood. I'm the one who should be with you. I'm so fed up. Nathan pushed her away fiercely and shook his hand as if it were a dirty object. Are you okay? Who will be with their brother? I love Isabella, not you, the neglected one. Sophia looked at him in shock and fell to the ground. Sadness and pain were in her eyes, which eventually turned to hatred. You obviously don't love me, so why did you want to be with me? You sound noble, but weren't you the one who enjoyed it the most in these past 3 months? You're joking. You were just attracted to me. It's so frustrating. 1 slap doesn't make a sound, and 2 people argue with each other, ending up fighting. Everyone is enjoying the show, and Ethan finally lets the security guard throw them out. Before leaving, Nathan doesn't care about his image and shouts, Isabella, you can't marry him. Ethan pushed the ring onto my ring finger, and then called out affectionately Piggy in my ear. This familiar voice made my eyes widen, and I was reminded of the time I got stuck in an elevator with a guy in college. The elevator suddenly broke down that day, the lights flickered twice and then went out, and before I could even turn on the flashlight on my phone, the elevator started to violently bounce up and down. I hit my head, and in the darkness someone held me tightly, shielding me from most of the impact. He understood that I was scared and kept talking to me. After learning my name, he reassured me again and again. Piggy, don't worry, someone will come to help us soon. I thought to myself, Shoo, Pig, he must have heard it wrong. Who would be a good person called Jing Pig? I finally passed out. When I woke up, I found Nathan next to me. At first I thought it was him, and he didn't say it wasn't. Coupled with his handsome appearance and attentive care, I fell in love with him at once. I still have some doubts. Why wasn't it you who was by my side at that time? A flash of regret crossed Ethan's eyes. I was quite seriously injured, and my parents were worried about after effects, so they let me rest for 2 months before allowing me to go out and about. At that time, you were already with Nathan, and I thought you were very happy, so I didn't disturb you. Later, I realized that the reason he pursued you was because he felt that you were mine, and he was happy to take away from me the people and things I cared about. I really didn't know how to tell you, but I suddenly understood. No wonder Nathan was so serious with me, but then became indifferent. It turned out that he just wanted to make Ethan feel uncomfortable. This is really despicable. I was so angry that I wanted to rush out and teach Nathan a few more lessons, but Ethan stopped me. Don't worry, his punishment will come soon. My wife just needs to be patient and wait and see. A month later, Ethan and I returned from our honeymoon. As soon as we entered the store, Olivia grabbed me and started gossiping. Boss, did you know? That Nathan guy not only got sick, but his father also forced him to go abroad, and he probably won't be able to come back for the rest of his life. Her eyes lit up with excitement. You probably wouldn't believe it, but that girl he was hanging out with, she actually slept with a bunch of foreigners while she was hanging out with him. Unfortunately, she didn't know that one of them had a disease that not only infected her, but also Nathan. Nathan's family could not let a sick son inherit the family business, so they sent Nathan and Sophia abroad overnight to deal with these problems. Olivia said she was very thirsty. Naturally, she took the water Liam offered her, gulped it down, and then returned the empty glass. I winked at Ethan in surprise, feeling as if there was some kind of secret, and I was even more excited than when I heard the ending to Nathan's story. Ethan laughed and hugged me. Do you know why he wants to become a barista? It's because he fell in love with Olivia at first sight. He said that this girl is sunny and lively, and she also has a strong sense of justice, is attentive and patient. With each compliment, Olivia's face turned redder and redder, and Liam couldn't bear to watch any longer, so he interrupted him. Cousin, I couldn't help but laugh and say to him, if you want to woo our Olivia, you'll have to improve your protective abilities. After all, you can't let her suffer in the future. Liam immediately raised his hand and said, don't worry, cousin. I've already started exercising, and I'll easily be able to defeat 10 Nathans in the future. Ethan and I smiled at each other and gave them our blessings. Half a month later, I received an email of apology from Nathan. I only read the first 2 sentences and then blacklisted him. My family and career were both developing in a positive direction, and he was no longer worth my attention. I would have no further relationship with him.